I love using what God gave to me. It's so amazing. I can't explain it. Turning hope to reality. Touching your life with mine. Using the gift of my hands to create all I can.
Hello, everyone. I am Faith Godbold from A Touch of Faith. Thank you for watching the replay. Come on in. We are in Christmas in July, so that means it's Tuesday tutorial time, and I'm so excited to kick off our theme for this year. And I thought, what better way to do it than with a Jesus is the reason for the season wreath, a brand new design. So come on in. As you're coming in, make sure you say something so I know you're here, whether you're watching us live or later on the replay. And if you don't mind, I always look forward to seeing how far our broadcast is reaching. So go ahead and drop those cities and states in the comments. And if this is your first time watching us live or first time watching on the replay, go ahead and comment the word new. And after the live is over, I will come back and I'll invite you to become a part of our faith family here. And of course, I look forward to having you become a subscriber on YouTube, a follower on Facebook. So make sure you go ahead and do those things. Give this video some love. Let someone know we're here and we're doing our Tutorial Tuesday. So let's go check the comments and let's see who we have. Let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay as well. Thought I would use both of my cameras today, so let me know that in the comments too. So give me thumbs up if we are good. Looks like we have about 15 live viewers, so y'all come on in. So excited to have y'all. Thank you for being here. So I was busy prepping for our wreath before the start of our live. And I'm excited for this year's celebration because everyone needs a little faith and a little Christmas joy. And I thought today we would culminate what we've started. So if you've been following along this week, you know we've been celebrating the true meaning of Christmas. And so today we're just going to bring that message to life and create a beautiful Jesus is the reason for the season wreath. So what do y'all think about that? Who's excited in the comments? Let me know. We are going to make a deco mesh base wreath tonight. So I've already got all the materials cut. And I may have to cut one more red because I was checking my count at the end. So we're going to use some traditional colors. Let me go ahead and show you the colors. We're going to use this beautiful red. And I love this red. You can't go wrong with that traditional red. So we do have traditional red. We're going to also pull in some white. So I've cut some pieces of white deco mesh. All of my mesh is cut to 10-inch pieces for this. And then I thought, let's pull in some of our curls technique. So we're going to use some emerald. We're going to mix our colors. And then I found some beautiful red and white in my stash, y'all. Look at this. So I could not resist. So we're going to pop in some of this too, some red and white stripe, because it's going to go perfectly with our sign. Let me grab the sign next too, because I want to show you that. This is our inspiration for tonight. Look at this. So Jesus is the reason for the season. What do y'all think? So if y'all are ready to get started, let's go ahead. I'm going to move that sign. All right, let's go ahead and grab our frame because I want to make sure you can see me, hear me. I think I saw a thumbs up. So here is my wire wreath form that I've already wired up. And we are going to use curls for today's technique. So I'm just going to pull all of these outside. Just push these down. We don't need these right now. They're sort of in my way. And then what I thought we could do is we're going to do a mix of the red, white, and green, and then we'll alternate the white with the red and white. I like to use my Bodabra whenever I'm making my curls, just so that I don't have to hold everything in my hand. So there's my Bodabra. Hello, Khalil. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. How are you? Welcome. All right, so I'm going to put my Bodabra here for just a second so those on YouTube can also see. So I'm just going to use my Bodabra just to hold my mesh. Let me slide that up for just a second. And it doesn't matter what order you do your colors in. So I think I'm just going to do red, white, green, just like that. So I'm going to start with my mesh on my table, curbside, facing upward. It's already trying to roll on itself. So that's how you know if you have it on your table correctly. Oh, good. Okay. And can you hear me okay and see me okay? I was trying to do that too. And so I'm going to just do a curl. So the way you do it is you're going to take your first roll and almost kind of flatten it. And then we're just going to keep rolling it in until you run out of mesh, just like so. And then all I'm going to do is drop it down the middle of my Bodabra, and it's just going to hold on to it for me, just like that. So it's going to be my hands. Okay. All right. Let's scoop that up for just a second. All right. Then let's do our white. Same thing. Just going to roll. I almost felt like saying row your boat. So roll the mesh and then drop it in just like that. And then let's do the green. Okay. So same thing, curbside facing upward, roll it on itself until you run out of mesh, and then we're dropping it in, okay? And because I like to go ahead and create 2 bundles at a time, let's do one more, okay? So this time, instead of doing the solid white, we're gonna mix it and do that red and white. So just like this. All right, here's our red and white. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. And I think I found this one at Joann, y'all. That was a good find. I miss Joann. They used to have really good things. All right, it's getting kind of tight in my Bodabra. So by that 6th one, that's when I know, okay, it's time to collect and start filling the wreath. So then we roll the last one. And now we have an entire bundle. So what I'm going to do is take the first one out. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. I'm going to take the first one out. And I'm just kind of crisscrossing them in my hands, just like so. I'm going to move my Bodabra to the side. And then all I'm going to do is take my first pipe cleaner that I have and just drop it in. Hey, Miss Valerie, you made it. How are you? I'm going to drop it in just like so. Ever so carefully. Welcome to everyone who's hopping on. Thank y'all for being here. Give it a couple of twists. And this is going to be our very first bundle that we've added to our wreath. Look at there. I'm really loving that red and white stripe. What do y'all think? Hey, Sister Julia, how are you? So that's what we're going to create tonight. Okay. All right, so let's take our second bundle out. So here's my Bodabra right here. And you can mix your colors. I'm just going to keep the same order. So the green for me will be on the bottom. The white will be in the middle, or the red and white. And then I'll add the red to the top. Okay. And then I'm just going to come right here to the outside. I started on the inside. So moving to that outside edge. Dropping it in and giving it a couple of twists, just so that it doesn't go anywhere, just like so. And that's what we're going to do all the way around for our wreath. What do y'all think? Y'all like that? And then I just allow the mesh to kind of move however it wants to. We'll fluff it out as we go if we need to. What do y'all think? Okay. So we're going to build our bundles as we go. Sometimes I like to tie them off if I'm prepping. I had, what did I do today? I had a wreath order to deliver. Oh, my customer from last Tuesday's live. She was on vacation last week, so I delivered her shirt today. And by the way, thank you all so much for all your orders this week. The shirts, let's see, I think I just made the shirt order. They will be in on Thursday, so we'll get new rounds of shirts made. All right, and then let's add some red. So here we go. And if you are just hopping on, make sure you say something. Thank you to all 20 of you who are here. I appreciate y'all so much. All right, and then remember this time we're going to alternate it with the red and the white. I think this is going to be one of my favorites. We might need to make a whole wreath out of that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It is looking gorgeous. All right. And then one more. And I actually already have a green made. So let's use this green that I already made. This was like my leftover roll piece. And so now we're going to just grab each one. So let me know, what colors do you all decorate with for Christmas? Because we're doing some traditional colors tonight. But what colors do you all decorate with? I want to hear it in the comments. And all I'm doing is just securing my curls really nice and tight. I'm giving it a nice tug because I want this to stay in place as I add it to my wreath form. Okay, look at those gorgeous colors. Oh my goodness. And I'm just alternating. So I did the outside. Let's go do that middle now. I think I'm going to tie the middle one down because I used a shorter zip tie. And I don't have a lot of wiggle room with tying it. So I want it to already be secure before I do it. Let's tie it down. This is also how, oops, let me do that again. So I didn't get the white in there. We want all three in there. There we go. This is also how, if I'm ever prepping for my wreath, I'll do it this way. Like, let's say if I'm not going to make the wreath the same day that I cut the material, this is a great way to start without having to make it. Okay. All right, so let's add this one to the middle right here. I think there was one of these I wanted to slide over. I don't think it's this one though. I think it's on the other side. Okay, I see it. And then we're just going to go ahead and give it a good twist. So I'll probably do that for all the inners. What do y'all think so far? Is it coming together so nicely? Let me do a check-in, make sure you all are there. Can y'all see? There we go. And our colors are building up so nicely. Okay. Hey, Aunt Flo, you made it. How are you? All right, so let's make some more bundles. So here's my Bodabra that I was showing you. So let me grab a piece of red. Just curling, curling, curling. Just like so. And then I'll drop it off in my Bodabra, just like that. Let's grab a piece of white. Okay, so the question is, what colors do you all decorate with for Christmas? What's your theme? This one was already kind of rolled, so I'm just re-rolling it. That means it was at the end of my roll. I'm doing good, thank you. All right, and then let's make another. And then we'll get our red and white stripe. Oh, I think that's a delivery order. Can't be Amazon. I think Amazon already came for the day. Although, y'all, I've noticed Amazon sometimes they'll divide their order. Like if I've ordered more than one thing, they come twice. So I don't know how they decide. Does that ever happen to you all? All right, see, it's running out of room now. So that's when I know I'm almost done. So let's just use this one. And then we're going to add some more into the wreath. So I literally am using mesh that I already had in my stash. I still need to go through Amy's stash. I haven't done that yet. I've been working on my bathroom some more, tried to do that today. And y'all, I go back to work next week this time. I'm not ready. Wednesday's coming too fast. It's like, where did my summer break go? All right, so let's tie this one in right here. Just like that. Give it a couple of twists. Okay. And see how the mesh just kind of finds its own little home here. So I just help it out a little as needed, making sure it has good coverage there. All right, let's put our next one right here. And let me look and see. Yeah, that works. So if you're watching live, let us know where you're tuning in from if you haven't already done so. And when do you all start decorating for Christmas? I know some people like to wait until after Thanksgiving. Some will start beforehand. So let me know which one you are. All right, I don't think I was supposed to tie that one, was I? Because that's not going in the center, but that's okay. I tied it. The next one we'll tie. Okay, there we go. All right, New Orleans is in the house. Hello, Queen B. Jones. Welcome. So happy to have all of you all here. Y'all are making my day. Thank you. If you are just joining, we're making a Christmas wreath. Jesus is the reason for the season. We are celebrating Christmas in July. And it's all about spreading that Christmas joy. So I'm excited to have each of you here. Thank you for tuning in. So when do y'all start decorating? I think I used to start long time ago, probably before A Touch of Faith. I used to start after Thanksgiving. And then once A Touch of Faith came along, I said, I better start in November. So I think I would try to start like before Thanksgiving. And then I got really wise in the past couple years. And now I try to start the week of Halloween. Because if I don't, I have realized that I don't get to do my own Christmas decorating because I'm filling orders and doing all the things. So usually for me, the week of Halloween is when I like to start, just to give myself enough time to get it all done. I think last year my husband put the tree out and I never got to decorate it because I was so busy with orders. So this year I'm going to make sure we put it out early. I don't know if he put it out the week of Halloween or not. But yeah, this year I want to make sure I get to do that. That is also why I stopped taking custom orders at the end of October also, just to give myself enough time. All right, this one I'm supposed to tie, y'all. So we're going back to the center. So let's tie this one. And I love this red and white. Can y'all see it? Look at there. So these are actually my colors, except I use lime green. But I'm loving this emerald green. Giving me something to think about. I don't usually change from year to year, but this emerald green, as Miss Kathy would say, is popping. Can y'all see the colors? I hope it's showing up on camera for you all. All right, I'm just adding each of those little bundles that we just made. We're making little curls for our wreath technique today. And there are so many techniques, y'all. This is one of the, I would say, easy ones. And it's a great technique because it's a great way. If you're wanting to keep your mesh contained, you can. I did wood burn the mesh, which means I heat sealed it. Now that doesn't mean there won't be, any frays at all, because of course with mesh, you're going to have some frays, but I at least reduced the fraying a great deal just by using the wood burning tool. All right, so let's tie in our next bundle, just like so, giving it a nice hard twist so it stays in and it's not going anywhere. And then I just move the mesh if I need it moved. And it just kind of goes where I want it to go. All right, what do y'all think so far? Let's pull that one down just like that. There we go. All right, so look at there. We're almost halfway done. Wow. All right, so let's make our next batch of bundles here. Okay, so did y'all share your themes for decorating? And when do you start decorating? Getting my mesh, y'all. It kind of just fell out of my drawer here. So I was like, where's the rest of the white? I knew I had all the white, because I didn't have to cut as many pieces. There we go. All right, so I'm just doing the red, white, green pattern. If you wanted to mix up the colors, you can, but as you can see, once it's in the wreath, it's pretty spread out anyway. So you're not going to really know what color's on top. So I just keep with my same pattern here. Do any of you hang a wreath on your door for Christmas? What do you hang or decorate with? Like, do you do a tree? I know some people like bows. What do you decorate with for Christmas? Is it a wreath, a bow, a tree? This is when if you have a little helper, someone who can hold your mesh. Like if Mr. A Touch of Faith had been in here, I would say, can you help me make these curls? Just to go real fast. All right, so let's see where we are. I think we're back to the outside, and then we'll do an inner. So that's kind of working out how I'm tying them, almost like every other. Colors just like that. And now let's do the inner. And I'm going to tie this one. Is it dinner time for anyone yet? I think we are probably going to have some salads. I asked hubby to throw some chicken in the oven. So once my live is over, I'll just make our salads to go with it. Because it has been hot here, y'all. I don't know about where you are, but we've had like 90-degree weather. I think they were even projecting to 100 degrees this week. Hopefully we'll get that rain that they keep calling for. It tried to rain some earlier, but not much. Yesterday we got a really nice downpour. So I'm hoping we'll get some more because we need it to keep the weather cooled off. Okay. Let's whip out some more bundles. I'm excited about this year's Christmas in July. I have so many fun things planned for us. And the Creative Circle, I was working on your tutorial earlier. So we have a fun tutorial coming Sunday. So if you're in my private group, we're going to have a beautiful design for our kickoff in the group for Christmas in July. So yeah, all the things. I think this was a piece of leftover red. So let's use this. I found this in my stash, in my drawer. And I don't like to throw anything away, y'all, that I don't get to use. So let's use that one now. Let's go back to the red and white. And then one more green. Thankfully, this part goes pretty quick. Then we're going to dive into the ribbons. I'll show you the ribbons I've selected for today's wreath. This one is turning out gorgeous so far. All right. Let's give it a nice tie there, twisting it on so it stays in place exactly where I want it to be. So when you think about your Christmas trees, are you team white lights or do you like to put the multicolor lights on? I love asking y'all that. Which one do you like, the white lights or do you like the color lights? I know growing up, we used to have the multicolor lights on our tree, but as I got older, I started loving the white lights, y'all. So those are the ones I actually put on my tree now. All right, just a few more. So you have to tell me which one you prefer. And I think I like those because they go with anything. You don't have to match them. It goes with any design, color. All right, there we go. So we have our red, white, and green, and now let's flip it. We're going to put the multicolor, the red and white stripe in. I love it because it's going to help bring in that candy cane that you're seeing in the actual wreath sign. I love that look. All right, and then one more green. This one's pretty much rolled, but we'll just re-roll it a little bit. Okay, if you're still watching, go ahead and drop a heart. Let me know you're here. I'm so thankful for each of you tuning in. This has been a beautiful, blessed summer, full of all things we had some renovations this summer, remodeling, I should say. And I took time today to go through some of the things that were in my closet. It had some renovation dust on it. So that they were sitting in like those wicker baskets. And I thought I could just wipe it, but I ended up taking everything out. I wiped the basket. Let's see, actually, I rinsed the baskets, but I wiped the contents of what was in. So it's just like some lotions, things that I kept in my closet. And I just took my time and wiped those down. So hopefully I'll get that shelf done. My goal for today was to do the bottom shelf. So far, 2 of the 6 baskets are done. Uh-oh, I pulled out the whole kernels. Fix that. Pull that too fast. So yeah, I said might as well, if I'm redoing it, just make it look really nice the way that I want it to. And it was good before, but anytime I have an opportunity to redo something, y'all, I just try to do it better. Because I could look at it as, oh, I don't want to do it, you know? But I try to find the good in every single thing. So the good is I have an opportunity to reorganize my closet and make it look even better than what it did the first time around. So I choose to find the good. Y'all, look at this wreath. Oh my goodness. And that red and white. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. But y'all will have to tell me what you think. Okay, I think we are almost done. So a couple more of these, maybe 2 more rounds of bundles. And then we'll move on to our ribbons. And then we'll see how we're going to decorate. I tried to grab most of my embellishments. Some were outside, and I did not go in the garage, y'all, because it's hot. I went out there the other day to get some florals for a grapevine wreath, and I came right back in. I was like, oh, I did not know it was that hot. So hopefully we have what we need in here, because I really wanted like some greenery or some pine. So we'll see. I have to go out there early in the morning now. And I need some more green. So we maybe might just cut the final pieces if we need them instead of turning the wood burner back on. But I don't know, might be one short. We'll see. All right, keeping up with my center there. And thankfully it worked out to where we alternate each time. So I'm loving how that's turning out. Okay. Let's do our center. Okay. So let's see, we've talked about your Christmas colors. We've talked about when you start decorating and even what color lights you put on your tree. Okay, here's the next one. Do you decorate more than one Christmas tree? And if you do, you have to tell us how many in the comments. So who decorates more than one? Or are you just a one tree kind of person? I'll wait before I tell you all my answer. Let's see what you all say first. All right, so we're back to the center. Here we go. Just fluff that out, just like so. I think I smell the chicken. It's smelling good. think is it a garlic Parmesan chicken that we have? It's really good. Hello there. Let's see. I like your face. Is the name of your channel. I love it. All right. So I don't see any, well, I see one more green. So we may have to cut one green. Checking my drawer now, making sure I'm looking at anything. And I think I need one more red and white. Let's do a red, and then I'm checking. Welcome. Where are you tuning in from? All right, let's see how many we have left. Just 2. Okay, so we almost had enough. So I need one green and one red and white. Okay, so here's the red and white. I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. Oh, where is McKinney located? I've not heard of that. Welcome. So happy to have you. All right, so there's our one red and white. See if I can slide this back on carefully. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Y'all give it up for I Like Your Face, our new subscriber on YouTube. Woohoo! So excited. Thank you. All right, and then let me grab the green. Texas, awesome. Welcome, welcome. We go live. Oh, Gwen, okay. I love it. We go live every Tuesday and Saturday at 5:30. So feel free to join us. I love having new people. We are making a Christmas wreath. I'll show you the wreath again in just a second, and the gorgeous sign that inspired our wreath for today. Had to cut a few more pieces there. Now, sometimes when I'm making wreaths, y'all, I have to get up and I'll walk around. I'll check the floor just to make sure it's not hiding, because sometimes the mesh, it'll roll around the corner of my table. Oh, yeah, that's okay. No worries. Hopefully it'll pop up. If you turn notifications on, it'll let you know when I'm live too. But no worries at all. All right, so let me grab the wreath. This is our wreath right here that we are making. And let me make sure. I feel like the white needs to go next because I've been alternating. So let me save this red and white. That sounds good. All right, so I need the white first. Here we go. Not that it matters, but just keeping with my theme here. Because I've been alternating every other one with the white and the red and white. Oh, thank you. I'll show the sign again in just a second. All right, so let's fluff that out. And then let's put our last one in right here. Okay. But yeah, I think this is my favorite mesh if I had to pick one today. What about y'all? What do y'all think? Which one's your favorite color? They're all gorgeous. All right. Twisting that on just like so. And there we have it. All right, let's take a look at our wreath. That's okay. I think you have to turn them on when you go out to my channel. There should be a bell that lets you turn on the notifications. All right, y'all, look, there is our full wreath. What do you think? All right, so let me remind you of the inspiration behind this wreath. Oh, y'all, I found the red and white. It was on my laptop. Look at there. I should have looked up. I told you it always happens. But it's okay. We'll have it for next time. Okay. All right. Here is the inspiration. Thank you so much. So this is going to be our beautiful sign. Jesus is the reason for the season. And I think we'll probably put a nice bow over here. But what do you think so far? And I love the colors in this one. That red and white is really pulling out that red and white in the candy cane design part of our sign. Okay, so here is our sign. What we're going to do now, let's work on our ribbons. I cut all the ribbons so that we can just quickly add them in. Let me get those. And of course, we have to have candy canes if you have a candy cane in your sign. So we're going to start with some candy cane ribbon. Beautiful ribbon, 2.5 inch. Oh, I love that, Gwen. 2.5 inch with the candy cane and the peppermints. These are cut to 14 inches. I even love the little glitter dots. So we have that one. We also have just some red and white stripe. Same thing, 2.5 inch cut to 14 inches. So we're going to use that. Brought in the snowflake design that you see. So these are 19 inches, 1.5 inch. And then I thought, let's bring in that green. So we have some glitter right here. Emerald green, cut to 19 inches, 1.5 inch. So let's go ahead. We're going to dovetail all of our ribbons first, and then we're going to get started. So do y'all like the colors? I'm hoping I'm giving you all some ideas for how you can decorate for Christmas. Hello, Karen, and welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Karen says the Christmas wreath looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. Well, I can't wait to see how it all comes together. This is a new design I had in my head. I've made a wreath with the sign before, but I wanted to kick off our Christmas in July with the true meaning of Christmas. So I was like, we have to start with Jesus. So I said, we can do it. Let's come up with a new design. So that's what I did. So if you are new to my page, I am Faith Godbold, the owner of A Touch of Faith, and I'm so delighted to have each and every one of y'all here. Y'all are just making my day. I also grabbed, y'all, let me see where the other ribbon is. We might add a little bit of this one in too, but I might wait and add it to the bow because I thought that kind of played off of that check design from the red and white, but also the little bit of black. So we might save this for the bow, but I did want to go ahead and show that to y'all. So I put that to the side. Okay. So all I'm doing right now is just trimming my dovetails. So, oh, you love green. Awesome. I love that. Let me show you how I'm doing. I'm going to fold my ribbon in half, and then I'm going to fold it like a hot dog, like this. And I'm going to cut from the folded edge to the outside open edge. And the deeper you make that cut, the deeper your V will be, which is what we call a dovetail. And sometimes satin ribbon will slip. So let me straighten this line up right here. There we go. So I am just trimming my ends. I like to give it that finished look. Just like so. Oh, wow, that was fast. And this one is a little short on the end. There we go. All right, let's grab the other one. I like to just fold them in half. It saves me time when I get ready to add them in. So where are y'all tuning in from? Those who just joined us. I know we have Texas, we have New Orleans. Where else are y'all tuning in from? And let us know what the weather is. I think it's 89 degrees here right now in Florence, South Carolina. So that's a little cooler. It was 91 earlier when I checked. They were calling for 100-degree weather this week. So we'll see. Oh, what are your hobbies? I have one cat, actually. I was never like an animal person before moving here, but the cat actually came with our home. We actually had 3 when we first moved here 4 years ago, almost now. Gosh, I'm missing all these little corners right here. Get that corner. So yeah, but when I was little, I had a dog. When I was a young girl. All right, so I just use my little bowl, y'all. That's where I put my trash. All right, let's see. 93 degrees in Texas. Gwen is saying Karen is from Massachusetts. Awesome. All right, so let's start adding in our ribbon. I want to start with my peppermint. And there's no right or wrong for this. Just going to pinch in the middle. That's why I like to fold it. And then right here where I left those pipe cleaners open, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a couple of twists. And then all we're going to do is fan out the ribbon just like so. And look at there. Oh my goodness, y'all. That's going to tie in so nicely. What do you think? And I will tell you, in looking at all of my Christmas ribbon, most of the ribbon had lime green. I was going for just like emerald. So I had to do the solid. I'm looking around again just to make sure I didn't overlook anything. So yeah. So that was different. All right, let's put our snowflake in next. I'm just going to make a half bow. So what I do with my half bows is I don't crease it, but I go ahead and fold it over. And then I'm going to pinch it at about 2 to 2.5 inches down, just like so. And then I'm going to come right here into my next pipe cleaner that I left. Give it a couple of twists. Oh, I love that. Emily, for your chihuahua. I love it. And then because the left or bottom ribbon is on the wrong side, I separate. And I just take that left ribbon and twist it over. And then now I have a loop that I can open up just like that. And that's how I make my little half bows. Just like to fluff everything out. We'll come back and cut down the pipe cleaners. I like to keep them first just in case. All right. Let's do our stripe ribbon next. So normally, let me show you what I do. I like to put my ribbons in the order that I'm using them. There we go. So because I have it folded, I just scrunched right up, pinch and scrunch on that fold. Give it about 4 or 5 good twists. And then I like to angle the ribbon outward towards me. And then last but not least, we're going to use our emerald. We're going to make a half bow. So again, fold it, but not creasing it. And then I'm going to pinch it from the top about 2 inches down, 2.5. And then I'm going right here where the pipe cleaner is. And I'm going to give it a couple of good twists. Open that loop. Take the bottom tail, separate it, and turn it over. Just like so. See how, look at how it's just so gorgeous popping in there with the colors. Isn't that nice? So does anyone else have pets? My cat is so funny. He is smart. He'll tell us like when he's hungry or if he wants to play. It's amazing. He's an outside cat. It's amazing how he gets our attention to tell us all that. All right, now we're going back to our candy ribbon. So where it's folded, I'm just going to pinch right here. Pinch and scrunch. Kind of almost angling it down, making a V. And then right where my pipe cleaner is, I'm going right there over it. I'm just giving it a couple of twists. Oh, you make keychains? Oh, I bet those are gorgeous. I dabble in keychains too. I like to do those sublimation keychains. All right. I bet they are beautiful. And the latch hook rugs. Oh, wow. You both have a Chihuahua, but looks like Gwen says hers is a terrier mix. Oh, Trixie. That's a cute name. All right. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Then I go right into that next pipe cleaner. Just like so. What do y'all think? And then the bottom ribbon, I just flip it over and fluff it out and open up our loop just like that. Okay. All right, let's do our stripe. So that line is my little guide to know where I'm pinching there. Lift up the pipe cleaner if needed. And I'm just giving it a couple of twists. Fluff it out. Okay. Emerald green. So remember, I'm not creasing it this time. Pinching it 2 inches or so. Scrunching. Oh, is it Fifi? Oh, wow. That's a funny story. He had to adopt her. Oh, I love it. Cutest dog ever. I know you do love her. That's awesome. Cute name, too. It rhymes with Trixie. All right. Round 2 is done, y'all. Look at there. All right, one more. Round 3. For our ribbons, we're going back in with our candy ribbon. And I had so many candy ribbons to choose from. I almost chose, there was one that had a little bit more white in it. Let me show it to you. Actually, I had 2. And I'm just looking at it. Look at these 2. This, I thought we were going to choose that one at first. And I don't know if I have that in the 2.5 inch. And then look at this one. Oh my gosh. So these might show up in our vote. We'll see. But yeah, lots of beautiful ribbon choices. Karen, it's actually not hard. This is a wreath that you can hang on your door. Let me zoom back out for just a second. This is what it's looking like so far. So by the time we're finished, it will be roughly a 24-inch wreath that we will be able to hang on our door. And I'll add this to my shop, which is atofaith.com. I think the address is on the screen. That's where I sell all my beautiful handmade creations. I also teach others how to make creations and sell them. So this started as a hobby when I made my first wreath in 2014. Hard to believe that's what, 12 years ago now? Wow. And then the moment I sold a wreath, I realized, oh my gosh, this is a business now. And I was never intending to have a business doing this, but after I made my first wreath, I started showing pictures to people. And what happened was they wanted one, and that's how it turned into a business. So I didn't even see it coming at all. All right, here is our last one. We're going to add it in right here. So let's go ahead, pinch, pinch, pinch. Add it in. Oh, okay. You went to get candy. Love it. All right, and then let's do that same thing. We're going to open that bottom loop, or tail rather, making sure it's turned the right way, and pop it out. All right, take a look at what we have. How did we do? So like I was saying, let me measure it. So yeah, we're sitting right at the 24-inch mark. 24 inches. What do you all think? I don't know if Miss Valerie is still there. Miss Valerie, you see it? Okay, so now that we've added our gorgeous ribbon, let's see. Let's see what it looks like with our sign again, because we're going to start prepping for our sign. So we're going to have our sign right here in this general area. And then we need to make a bow that we can put about right here. And let's see. Let's see which ribbons we want in our bow. Because I said I was thinking about adding in a few of the other ribbons. So I know for sure we need, thank you, Sister Julia. I know we need to bring the green back, so we'll add in the green. Probably the snowflake for sure. And then I really like this one, but I'm thinking about maybe subbing it out. So let's look at the other ribbons that we have. And this will give us a little bit more white in our design if we choose one of these. Kind of like this one. It has more variety. But let's just see. This is how I have to do it, y'all. And let me move the wreath out of your way so you can see all the ribbons. So definitely this one, I think. That's what we have so far. Kind of feel like I want to bring this one back in, but then now that feels like it's too much candy. So maybe we go with that one instead. What do y'all think? And then I teased about the black and white, where I put it. Let's see, it's right here. Okay, bye, Gwen. Thank you for being here, okay? I can't wait. I'll have to check this out. Yes, ma'am, Miss Karen. This one will be for sale. So let's see. I kind of want to break up some of those patterns with my solid red, which I did not grab. I think I'm going to grab, if we have a red that ties in with that, and I'm not sure if I want to add this one now. So yes, if you're interested in this wreath, you can comment the word sold. I have not listed it yet, but it will be listed after the live. I have not calculated the price on this one, Karen, because I don't know what all I'm going to use. I don't want to misquote, but I tell you what, can you send me an email? info@atofaith.com, and I will let you know that, okay? And if you check the link in the description of the video, it'll take you to my website. You can message me there as well. You can message me on the web. All right, y'all, I think I need something to break this up. So let me go grab, let me see, what do I want? I feel like I either need solid red or solid white to break up some of this. So I'm going to take this one with me real quick. Y'all hang tight, keep on chatting. And Karen, let me know if you got that message, okay? And I will be right back. Okay, I think I made it fun by doing it this way. So let's look and see. Look in the description of the video, Karen, and you should see my website there, okay? All right, so I want to break up the pattern just to give it a little breather there. So I think that's what we're going to do. Do you see how that's breaking it up now? So you don't have all the patterns together and it gives your eye a little bit of wiggle room. So let's try this order. And let's just see what we think. Okay. All right. So let me get my bow maker. Move some of this glitter. Even though I have the Bow-Dabra, I prefer my Easy Bow Maker when I'm making my bows. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's start this ribbon. Then I'll zoom the bag in. So we're going to make our bow. Just going to dovetail the end, just like we did a moment ago. All right, and I'm going to go fairly long on my tail, so about 8 inches to start. And then I want my loop to be about 5 inches, just so I can get a nice width on my bow. Okay, same thing. I am twisting as I go when I get back to the middle so that my ribbon is on that right side. And I'll do that again on the next one. I'll go slower and show you. Okay. So first layer is done. Once you start making the bows, they just kind of go like a repetitious order there. Okay, then I'm going to fold like a hot dog again and dovetail the end. So there's the base layer of our bow. Okay, then we're going to add in some of this white. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to dovetail it, fold it like a hot dog, cut from that folded edge. And then I'm going to come in about a 1/2 inch. And right here where my pegs are, that's where I'm going to pinch it. I'm going to twist. I like to twist away from me. And I like to fluff as I go. So the first tail I took to the top. So I'm going to take this tail down to the bottom. Just like so. And then this time, let's make our loop 4.5 inches. I'm going to twist again because I need the right side of my ribbon facing upward. Make another 4.5 inch loop. And then we are going to cut our ribbon at 7.5 inches to make our tail. And that is our second ribbon. I'm going to take this tail to the top because I'm always making an X with everything. X with my tails and then an X with my loops. Okay. This is what our bow is looking like. Notice because I am fluffing as I go, I get to see how my bow looks. Helps me with my design choices and things as I'm going along. What do y'all think? Y'all like that? And I needed to bring in some white because there was a lot of red going on in our bow. All right, let's use this peppermint. This is going to pair nicely with the bow, just reinforcing what we started with our candy ribbon. So dovetail. Let's bring it in 1/2 inch, so 7 inches. We're going to scrunch it just like that. And where it's scrunched, I'm going to twist away. This time, my tail is going to the top. And then we're going to make about a 4-inch loop. Let's give it a twist. Okay. And make our last loop at 4 inches. Just like so. See, that looks so good on that white. You can actually see it better. All right, and then we're going to cut our ribbon at 7 inches. Let's see, Karen, did you find it? All right, and then let's finish off our ends. We're going to dovetail it. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. All right, then I like to fluff my layers. So check it out. Look at our bow, y'all. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that something? All right, we're going to bring a little bit of the solid red in now. And I matched it so it's the red that we see in our design. So dovetail again. Let's come in to about 6.5 inches. Scrunch. Let's bring our tail down to the bottom. Hey, Donzel, you made it. How are you? All right, let's do 3.5. Just like so. And I'm thinking for a minute. I'm going to interrupt myself. Hold on. I want to bring some green in earlier. I don't want to wait to the end. So let's introduce the green now. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Thank you. You have to see the wreath we're making next. All right. What did I say? 6.5 inches. We are kicking off our Christmas in July. Felt like I wanted a little bit of green early. So let's do 3.5 inches. There we go. Okay. 3.5 inches. Yeah, we started our kickoff for Christmas in July today. So we're having so much fun. And I had to start with a beautiful wreath. Oh, you made it back, Gwen? That looks fast. Did you do your live already? Okay, cool. All right, y'all see what I did by introducing the green early? When we finish it with the green, it's just going to give our eye a little bit extra green there. Oh, okay. All right, now let's go back. Let's see. Now that I put the green in, I don't think I need the solid red. So I'm going to save the red now. Look at there. See? Problem solved. So we'll save the red. So let's go to our snowflake here. I love that. By moving that ribbon down, it actually solved that problem. All right, 6 inches. Take our tail up. And let's do a 3-inch loop. Three inches for the loop. And 6 inches. Did y'all have a good 4th of July? I know we enjoyed our weekend. We attempted to go see some fireworks, but not really. We drove through the neighborhood, I should say. They had fireworks not far from us. So we kind of saw some of them. We were on the outskirts of it, I should say. And that was nice. We didn't have to get out in the crowd, but still got to enjoy a little bit. All right, and then we're going to end. Let's end it with a 6-inch tail, just like so. And then let's just do a center loop because we already had our green moment here. Just like that. Okay, we'll finish tying that off in just a second. I love how we made that change on the bow, y'all. All right, so let's dovetail the last end. All right, then we're going to tie our bow. And let me get a pipe cleaner. I love it too. It's got like the little glitter and it's not messy. So that's what I love. All right, so I'm going to push down on the bow while I release it, just like so, holding onto it carefully. And then I'm going to take my zip tie, go around that middle. And this is pretty thick, so sometimes I switch and I'll get a longer zip tie, but I'm making this one work. And I'm going to slide my pipe cleaner right there, just so that I have a way to attach this to the wreath. And then we can pull it in nice and tight, just like so. Let's trim this off. Okay, and there is our bow. We'll finish fluffing it out in just a second. All right, let's put our bow maker away. Clean our table. Put all that in my bowl for now. What do y'all think about the bow? All right, so let's grab our sign first. You can tell it's Christmas in July when you have some glitter on your table. All right, let me get the sign. And let me go ahead and prep it. Yay. Thank you, Sister Julia. All right, let's prep our sign. I'm just using my jewelry hole punch here to punch holes in my sign. I like to punch it carefully because when you punch, that metal literally pushes forward. So I try to catch it in my hand and make sure that I don't punch it up towards my eye. That would not be good. So you can see this piece right here. See what I mean? That little piece came out. Okay, caught it that time. All right, and then let me just feed my pipe cleaner through. And this is going to help us attach it. No worries. So, Sister Julia, what are you, what colors are you decorating with this year for Christmas? And anyone else in the comments, feel free, let us know. All right, now let's grab our wreath. Okay. So here is our beautiful wreath. Look at there. We have everything all fluffed so nicely. I'm going to be trimming off those pipe cleaners in just a second, making sure it's fluffed the way I want it, and it is. Okay, so let's see, how did I have it turned? Sometimes I like to turn it so my favorite ribbon is kind of hanging out at the top, very prominent, but there's no right or wrong. All right, so I think I want to put it here like this. Oh, green and red. Okay, I love it. All right, so let's put our sign.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
My phone thought I was talking to it. I'm not talking to you, Siri. All right, so let's put our sign here, and then we can aim for our bow in that area right there. Okay. All right, so let's feed it through. And I'm just going to go through my mesh here. This will just give me a way to anchor the sign. Just like so. I know, that's what I'm like, who was talking to you, Siri? Because clearly I didn't, and I better be careful because she's going to hear me. I didn't say anything, I don't think. I don't know what made it start talking. That's the thing with these devices. You have to be so careful because they are always listening. All right. And then let's put this one here. I'm just going to go down here around the mesh in this area because I can clearly see it. Just like so. Just giving me a way to anchor everything. Then I like to use the mesh to create a nice little base for the sign. And then I'm going to pull, but not pull too tight. I don't want to sink it, but I do want it stable on my wreath. And just give it a couple twists. Then I like to come back and check it. Make sure it's up the way that I want it. And my mesh is framing out the sign just like that. Okay, so sign is on. And now we get to do our beautiful bow. Okay, so let's add our bow. I said I was going to go up a little with the bow. So I'm thinking like right here in this general area for our bow. Right there. Okay. So let me aim it. And sometimes the ribbon will try to stick. So if it does, just tell it can't stick. They're not having that. All right, so these are going to be your colors then, Sister Julia, right? All right, and I'm using my mesh just to help anchor. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. So happy to see you. And I'm going around the frame here. So I have a place to anchor. And I'm checking underneath, making sure it has a nice little spot to cradle, and it does. Okay, repositioning mesh if needed. Just like so. All right, and I'm going to pull, but not pull too hard. And then we'll see if this is where we want it before we completely tie it in. Okay. All right, so I want to pull it over some, just like so. And then now, tighten it up a little bit more. There we go. Hope you're doing well today, Dawn and everyone else who are just coming on. All right, and then now let's refluff. It's already, for the most part, still fluffed, but I'm going to open those layers again, starting with our base layer, which was our peppermint candy. And then I'm going to move that tail back up where it was and fluff it just like that. Then we had the white next. So I'm going to use my fingers just to open it up. Same thing with the tail. Just like so. Open the loop. And same thing with the tail up here. Okay. Then we had our candy, peppermint candy ribbon. So here is the bow loop. I'm going to open it here, fluff that out, lift and open the loop here, and fluff it out just like that. Okay. All right, then we had this one. So this is our snowflake. I'm going to separate that a little bit. Open that up. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped. No, we didn't. We had the green. Green was looking at me, the glitter. It was like, no, you weren't next. There we go. All right. Now we can do the snowflake. Just like so. And then lastly, we have the green again. I'm going to bring this tail over here, just like that. And because everything is tied down, see how I was able to just move those layers easily? So use your fingers when you're reshaping your bows, especially after you've had them for a while. Always fluff your bows. Don't ever just put your wreath on your door and not fluff your bow out. And then let's see, I want to move this here. There we go. Get that room. Get that one room. All right, how do you think we did? What do y'all think? Let me turn it around so y'all can see it. Look at there. Oh my goodness. Let me also hold it up so you can see it. Take a look now. Look at there, y'all. Oh my goodness. So we are almost done. Look at that. Almost done. I'm going to straighten right here. All right. So let's add a few embellishments to it, and then we're going to be finished, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's looking so good. All right, so let's add a few embellishments. All right, so how might we embellish? Well, let's first of all, let me think. First of all, I think I'm going to remove all of these. However, sometimes I like to add the glitter balls, so we might wait and see. So I'm not going to get rid of them yet. But let's see what we have for embellishment. Have all kinds of things. I found some candy that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, so we might add some peppermint candy to it. So that's an option. And then I found these. I guess they're like the swirls. Not quite peppermint, but they have like the swirl look. Oh, and it's actually the same in the sign. Look at there. So I have 3 of those. So maybe we can use these. Look at there, y'all. And I know I've had these for a minute. So I think we'll use that for sure because that matches. Oh my goodness. All right, my other thought, which we're not going to use this one now. I found this in my stash from Hobby Lobby. I was thinking we might add these, but the swirls, they match better. So we're going to use that because that actually matches exactly what's on the ribbon and the sign. So we'll save these for later, but these are gorgeous too, aren't they? I love it. Does anyone else love peppermint or lollipops? So we'll save those. And then I don't have a ton of these made. So if we were to use these, I'd have to make more later. But I found some picks that I made last year out of that ribbon right there. And I mixed it in with red. So some fun little picks. If we had like a need for them, we could add those in. I do like those. If we do those, I'll make them off camera. And then, y'all, I found some of my favorite ornaments. Look at these. So if we wanted to add any ornaments, I mean, those would be fun too. We could even also maybe split those up and do like 3 ornaments and 3 of these since we only have 3. And I'm not sure where my other white one is. I must have used one. So I'm going to have to make some more of those. So yeah, what do y'all think? Now I wanted some greenery to put in. So let me see what's on my shelf right here. This is some pine. I thought that could bring in that like emerald color with some of the pine. And maybe we could use some of these pine pieces right here. Perhaps. I'm going to look up top in just a second though. Let me see if I have a different one. Let me look up here and see what's in here. And I think Hobby Lobby has been putting out all of their Christmas already. All right, so let's see. We have this pine too, but it might be, let's see, it's a little lighter. So if we wanted to go lighter, we could mix some of that in. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's just kind of start. We know we're going to use the candies first. So let's start with that and then go from there. Does that sound okay? All right. So I don't think I need the pipe cleaners. So let's get rid of those quickly. Are y'all enjoying this live? We're kicking off Christmas in July. I know Donzel likes when we make wreaths and have longer lives, he says. Now, next week, I go back to work on Wednesday, so I don't know. We might not do a long live next week. So I'm glad we're kicking it off today for sure. And I will be listing this wreath after the live is over. It'll be on the website, but if you're interested before the live ends, if you go ahead and comment the word sold, I will send you the direct link where you can check out on the website. I did not want to list it beforehand because I wasn't sure what all we would use. But now I think we have a better idea of all the things. Thank you, Donzel. Thank you, Sister Julia. And we made this entire wreath tonight on our live, and it came together so quickly and so nicely. We'll see what route we're going to go with our greenery. So I do think that will give it a little bit more of a Christmas feel. So I'm just trimming all of these off because we don't need them now. Sometimes I keep them to add additional embellishments, but we made the call, we don't need them. So if you were to hang this wreath, would you hang it on your front door or would you want to hang it inside your home? Let me know that in the comments. All right, we've cut all of those pipe cleaners down. And so now let's see where we're going to add our candies. Remember, we're going to alternate with our ornaments. And I think I'll just keep the little bows because I don't want to pull those off and it mess up part of the design there. We'll just keep those. Let's go ahead and trim them down. Just like that. All right. Then let's see. We put one here. Let that bow kind of just do its own little thing. I say that. Let me look. Looks like the bow is glued on. Let me see if I start to pull it. Oh, it comes off without leaving a mess. There we go. I was able to pull it off. We could always put our own little bow if we wanted. think I'm going to cradle it about like right there. And then let's alternate with ornaments. So if we have that there, then this one will go here, just like so. All right, I'm going to pop the little bow off carefully. And then this one can go here. Just like that. Then let's do a white ornament. So I'm rotating. I think I made these. That's why. That's why I don't have 3. All right. So then this will go right here. Just like that. And then our last and final lolly, carefully pulling off that ribbon. bow. There we go. And I'm not going to need all of this, so I'm going to go ahead and trim some of that off. All right, let's see. Oh, I forgot one. Hold on. Let me zoom y'all in so you can see. There we go. You can see a little bit better. So there's one tucked right here that I didn't see. Okay, so the last one will go here, just like that. And then our last ornament. I think I made this one too. Our last ornament will go right there. Y'all like that? All right, let's do it. Okay. So I like to start right here. So let's trim this down. And I think I'm even going to put a little bit of glue on the back here just to give it a little extra cushion to hold so it doesn't go anywhere. It stays just right there. We're going to let it sit up just like that. Okay. All right, now let's do our ornament. We don't need the hanger, so we can cut the hanger off. And then that's the end that we will glue in. Just like that. And we're going to add it right there. So those little pipe cleaner nubs really help out a lot. Okay. Next one, let's trim it down a little. Same thing. Put a little bit of glue on the back just to help hold it, to reinforce it there. Careful as I'm going in. There we go. And just drop it off right there. Y'all like that? Okay, next ornament. Okay, last candy. Making sure I'm being very careful as I go in there, giving it a nice place to set up. There we go. All right. And then a last ornament. Just like so. Fluffing everything back out. All right, let me zoom you out so you can see how it looks. And we honestly could stop right there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What do y'all think? Let me get some details. Look at there. Can y'all see that? Look there. Wow. Okay, so the last thing we're going to decide is, do we want to add any greenery to it? So let me see where I placed it. So we could go in with this one. Let me cut one of the pieces just so we can get an idea for what it might look like. This one is glittery, so I think that will reinforce the glitter look we have going. Definitely going to have to clean my table after this. All right, let me cut this piece right here. And let's see what it would look like. It would basically go here. That's what I'm thinking. Just giving it some of that pine. Look, y'all like that? Now that was one option. The other option was this one. But I think I've already decided, y'all, I like the little glitter look on the other one. Let's just do the other one, okay? So we'll save this for another project. Let's put that away. And let's see if I have enough to cut these. I have another one if we need to grab it. So let's go ahead and cut them first. Looks like we're cutting them into twos. Get that price tag off of that one. There's 4. This will make 5. I'm just cutting them off to the side right here, y'all, because it's so messy. 5. 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need one more. Notice some of these are like a lighter shade of green, but we'll make it work. I think the next year Hobby Lobby got a little lighter with it. All right, so there's the last one right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these in. We are committing to them. We're going to do them. Might put this one to the back since it's lighter. Okay, because once I glue these in or add them, I'm not pulling them out. They're a little tough there. Let's add that in right there. And it does have wire, so I can bend it, shape it, make it do exactly what I want it to do. All right, so I said I'd save that one for the back. Let's take the price tag off of this one. Just like so. Going right in. And it's actually attaching nicely to all that mesh. This one's actually feeling a little long. So hold on. We're going to make it shorter. We're going to need to make this one shorter. Let me see if these others are long too. Because if they're all long, what we'll do, they all feel a little long. Let's see if we can cut. I'm just cutting it down. And let's see how it looks just to use this piece. Just like that. And let's turn it. There we go. All right, so I had to cut it because it was going to be a little too long for what I want, because I don't want to extend past my perimeter here. Now this one is shorter, so I think I see. So what I really need to do, I think I just figured it out. I just need to cut that stem off at the end because none of the others have it. All right, so if we have to, we can redo that one and do it the same way. Just like that. All right, let's add this one next. Just like so. Go back. There we go. All right, so we might do it that way then. I'll come back and get that other one in just a second. Let's put this one behind the bow. This was the lighter one. You really can't tell it. Just like that. All right, we're back here behind the bow. And on the other side of the wreath now. Let's put this one here, just like that, right there by the ornament. Okay, that's looking much better, y'all. So I might be able to finagle that other piece back together, or we'll save it and we'll use it for something else. So basically the secret for me was not having the stem at all and just adding it in. And then I'm going to trim this down. I don't need all that. I'm going to angle it down just like that, thanks to it having the wire. So this is the one that I redid. Let me pull it out. Just like that. And I don't see its other piece. So let me just cut another piece and save this one. And then we are done, y'all. Let's get a darker one. Not too light here. Okay, try to get a dark one. Here we go. Third time's the charm, y'all. There we go, right there. And then we'll go in some. And I feel like this side looks better. Let me turn it over. There we go. All right, let me open the camera. Now, what do y'all think? Look at there. Look at there. So there is our finished wreath. How did we do while I cleaned the table? Take a look. All right. So if you made it to the end, congratulations to you. Let me show you. We just finished our very first Christmas in July creation for 2026. Let me stand up, hold it the right way. Look at there. Oh my goodness, y'all. How do we do? Oh, Oh, and I didn't even get to use these. So I'll have to look and see if there's a spot where we want to add those. I just saw those sitting right there. Let me look. Last thing we're going to do, let's look. Let's look and see. Sometimes I like to have things coming out of my bow. So if we were to use it, we could have it coming out of the bow. Let's just look. I'm just untwisting these. And it looks like they have this on an entire pick. However, we could separate it. What if we split it in half? Like this. Let's see. I'm going to try it. So I split it in half. I'm going to trim it. Actually, let me go ahead and get, if I have some of that tape, that floral tape. Let's do the darker green though. So we keep everything going in the same shade. All right, here's a piece of floral tape. So before I even cut it, let me go ahead and wrap it. That way it stays secure. Okay. And then let's do the same thing over here. Just add a little bit. It's already still attached, but I'm going to add a little bit before I cut it. So basically, we are just rewrapping what they did. All right, and then we can fluff it out because see, it's on wire. And then what if we have like a piece just kind of popping out of our bow there? Uh-oh, this one fell off. Let me glue it back in. I think it's just wrapped. Probably need to go in first. Hold on. I'm gluing it back first. Then carefully wrapping it back around. Okay. And since I'm using my glue, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to hold that paper on there. Just like that. All right, and then we can add our other one like right in there underneath the bow. Let's trim it down just a little because it doesn't need to be as long. So what do y'all think? And let me see. Let me try coming from this angle right here. Just like that. Look at there. Okay, let's do it. That way we still got to use it as well. That in the middle. Okay. So see, lots of ways you can embellish. You like that, Sister Julia? I do too. Loving it, Donzel? Me too. Look at there. So we have candy coming out of our bow. We have candy coming out of the wreath. We have pine. So it reinforces that Christmas time of the year, the winter. We could have added some snowflakes. I didn't grab snowflakes, but we could have, but I focused more so on the candy aspect. But yes, this is our final project. So I think it looks beautiful, but I love hearing what you all think. So I will get this one listed and it will be on the website. I'll post a picture on both pages so you can check it out. But this gorgeous beauty is our first Christmas design for 2026. How about that? All right, let's check our YouTube stats. I know we're over time. And let's see where we are for today. Thank y'all for hanging in. Those who are still here, I appreciate you. And oh, wow, y'all are doing amazing. Let me go find my comment here. And I guess it's time for a drum roll. So go ahead, y'all, let's get a drum roll going. And let's see where we are for today. All right, everyone. Thanks to all of our new subscribers. Today we have 1,182 subscribers. Can we clap? That is so amazing. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,200. So thank you for being a part of our page. Thank you for being a part of our channel. We are delighted to have you. And I hope you come back Saturday. We're going to create something else beautiful for Christmas in July. So let's end with the wreath. I'm not going to spend a lot of time wrapping up. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop those now, and I will certainly answer them after the live has ended, after I have listed this gorgeous, beautiful Christmas in July wreath. All right, anything before we head out? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. I love you so much. Don't forget, go out and look for something good, because guess what? When you find something good, you know you have found God. And remember, God's got me, God's got you, and we've got this. Have an amazing rest of your night, and I'll see you back Saturday. Stay tuned daily for our next Christmas in July. I cannot wait till you see what we have in store for Wednesday. So come back. Have a good one. Love you all so much. Bye, everyone.